Hello Alyssa, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you are not Alyssa and you've clicked on the video, hi, hello. If it's not too much trouble, please consider liking the video. And if you like this video, please again consider checking out my other videos and my sister's. I'd like to apologize for this video coming out late because I went to the snow, and I know I don't usually post today, but I told Alyssa that I would, so here it is. And one more thing, if you would like to see a mini AMV of my trip to the snow, that will be occurring at the end of the fanfic. Thank you, and let's get into the story. You were lying in your bed when you heard your phone ring. You checked your phone to find a text from Kenma. She's doing it again. You texted back saying, and you were scolding me about getting suspended over her. I know, I really wish you were here. You sent a proud emoji and decided to pack your things. I'll be right there. But you're suspended. But you're my boyfriend and she's flirting with you after I specifically told her to back off many times, you added. He sent a sweat dripping down his forehead emoji. You took that as an okay. You ran down the stairs and grabbed your shoes, coat, and keys. On your journey towards Nekoma, you thought about yesterday. You had caught that bitch, as you called her, flirting with Kenma. Now, this would have been no big deal, except he had a girlfriend, and she knew that. And that same girlfriend had told her multiple times to back off. This time, you had had enough. You walked right up to her without warning and bitch slapped her in the face. You were not mad at Kenma though, because you knew he was shy about a lot of things, and if she got too out of hand, he would be that type of cold to her and let her know where she stood. But again, you had had enough of this girl coming into your man's life and acting like you were Casper the friendly fucking ghost. A red tiny hand mark lay on her face where you had just placed your cold hand. She looked red, and not from the mark. She launched herself at you and you fell to the floor with her big ass on top of you. She pinned you down as someone started recording. You thought, oh hell motherfucking nah, bitch. You started kicking her in the crotch non-stop until she let go of your arms, and when she did, you brought your legs up and kicked her in the stomach with all the force you could muster. She wobbled backwards, and you took this as your moment to push yourself off the ground and get back on your feet. When you saw how much she was in a daze, you jumped on her, and this time she flew backwards. Yes, she had a bit of an advantage because of how big she was compared to you. And you would never body shame anyone, but how are you supposed to describe her? Obese? Now that just seemed rude. You cupped your hands around her cheeks and started slamming her head into the concrete. When someone pulled you off of her, you tried to yank out of the person's grasp, but the sound of his voice made you come to your senses. Alyssa, that's enough. You stopped struggling and the person put you down. You turned around and looked up to face Kenma's eyes. He pulled you into his chest, with everyone still watching the girl on the floor, though some eyes were now on you two, including some phones as well. Your hearing came back as it had left before, and the adrenaline pumping in your veins dialed down. You could hear the crowds of students saying things like, oh shit, get back up, right? Jessie, so that's her name. You thought. You didn't even know the name of the girl you had basically just beat the sidewalk with until now. You turned to face her and saw that she had blood coming from her scalp, and you did what any person would do in that situation. You put your hand over your head and said, oop, and walked away with Kenma saying in your head, who would do such a thing like that? Well, it ain't my problem. Except it was, and come second period, you were being called into the office to go home. The only thing your mom said when you got in the car was, did you win? Despite saying she would punish plus scold you later in front of your principal, you shook your head smiling like a devil. Okay, good. You were suspended for 3 days, Valentine's Day included. Just my luck, you said. However, Jessie was labeled the victim and only got 1 day, so she would be back on Valentine's. That only made you more angry. It was the second day and she had already started up her schemes again. Ugh, how desperate can one person be? You asked yourself in complete silence, till you heard the lunch bell from your school ring. You ran in front of the gate. You ran in front of the gate a few steps ahead and texted Kenma, I'm in front. He responded with, okay, I'll meet you there. And sure enough, your boyfriend was in front of you within 5 seconds. He jumped the gate and said, I'll just skip for the rest of today. You smiled at that, but your smile soon faded when Jessie came running behind him. She grabbed his pant leg, making him turn around, then swiftly let go. Come on! Sit with me and my friends, she said. You stared at her swollen forehead and smiled. Of course, if it was anybody else, you wouldn't have. She noticed and made eye contact with you, giving you a spiteful glare before returning her attention to Kenma, who is now on your side of the gate. Kenma, you'll get in trouble if you leave. Plus, it's Valentine's Day. He responded very quickly and oh so coldly. Never in your life have you heard Kenma be so rude. Exactly, he said and turned to walk away. So I'm going to spend it with my girlfriend, Alyssa. All she could say was, but he cut her off. But nothing, Jessie. Alyssa is my girlfriend, not you. You turned to look at the girl, and she looked like she was about to cry. You couldn't help but feel kind of sorry for her. Then, when you were far away, he turned to you. Don't. Don't what? You asked. Don't feel sorry for her. You gasped. I wasn't. He gave you a warm smile and replied, Yes, you were. And I hate it, but that's why I love you. You hugged him and continued your walk home. Guess you came through after all, huh? Cupid? But yeah, that was the story. Oh my god, you guys, that was so cute. And like, Alyssa, you said you wanted drama, so like, the tea, sis. Okay, I don't know, in my last video, I put something in the description, but basically I said, would you guys rather me just finish the fanfiction of the Kenma series, Gamer Chick? But if I do, it'll be like super long, like super long, like super long. Or would you guys rather me to come out with part 9 because I've already finished that? But yeah, it's your choice. So bye, loves.
They both slid. I wake up, my shoulder's cold. I've got to leave here before I go. I pull my shirt on, walk out the door, drag my feet along the floor. I pull my shirt on, walk out the door, drag my feet along the floor. Then I see you, you're walking across the campus, cool professor studying romances. How am I supposed to pretend I never want to see you again? How am I supposed to pretend I never want to see you again? Look at the merchant. Walk to class in front of ya, spilled coffee on your keffiyeh. You look inside and turn to the door, drag your feet along the floor. Then I see you, you're walking across the campus, cool professor studying romances. How am I supposed to pretend I never want to see you again? How am I supposed to pretend I never want to see you again? Slip again. In the afternoon, you're out on the stone and grass, and I'm sleeping on the balcony after class. In the afternoon, you're out on the stone and grass, and I'm sleeping on the balcony after class.
Finally home.
Hold my hand and then you won't. You say you love me, then you don't. You keep me running and running.